Middle East peace is breaking. The smoke rising from a hijacked cargo ship suggests this hijacking is the start of a much larger, more dangerous global conflict. For weeks, observers have watched the fragile ceasefire between Iran and the United States struggle to hold as tensions continue to rise across the region. Both sides are trading heavy threats, as the Trump administration pressured Iran over uranium enrichment and specific maritime activities. One wrong move here triggers a direct military clash. This conflict would threaten the global energy supply chain and the security of international shipping lanes, affecting much more than just these two specific nations by destabilizing the entire world economy. A sudden maritime clash just ended the 2-week ceasefire. The Iranian Ministry of Foreign Affairs condemned the recent US military operation, calling the strike a direct violation of the current peace agreement and a major escalation in the region. Tehran officials claim US forces intercepted and seized their commercial vessel, the TOUSKA, during a recent maritime operation. Iran calls this seizure maritime piracy and a terrorist act by the US military, condemning the recent naval operation as an illegal provocation. They allege the US tried breaking a blockade on Iranian ports, claiming military interference with maritime trade routes. This action directly breaks international laws that govern neutral commercial shipping in global waters. This event isn't isolated. It follows a chaotic pattern of global unrest seen throughout April. While news cycles focus on the Persian Gulf, we are seeing simultaneous escalations in other critical theaters, making this a much broader crisis than most reports currently suggest. The Lebanon-Israel ceasefire is currently under scrutiny. Recent events in Beirut and Jerusalem suggest this truce is just as unstable as the current diplomatic standoff between the US and Iran. In the United States, domestic politics is getting increasingly tense. Protests against a possible war with Iran have moved from widespread street demonstrations directly into the halls of Congress and the White House, intensifying the national debate. Police arrested about 60 veterans at the Cannon House office building on Capitol Hill. These combat veterans protested the administration's hardline Tehran policy through direct action, leading to dozens of arrests. The recent demonstrations resulted in many veterans being taken into custody. These arrests shifted a foreign policy crisis into a domestic civil rights fight. Critics say the government is driving the country toward a preventable war. Over day Achter Axe Day. Meanwhile, Turkey is moving fast through this period of instability, using both economic and diplomatic policy shifts. Turkish Trade Minister Ömer Bolat will meet US Chamber of Commerce officials in Ankara. They plan to talk about trade deals and how to keep the economy stable. Meanwhile, the Treasury and Finance Ministry is running large debt auctions to control national liquidity while global markets remain volatile. Turkey's central bank will release new industrial capacity figures and the Real Sector Confidence Index today, providing critical data for market analysts. This helps us see how energy and trade shifts actually hit local factories, revealing the direct impact of these changing global dynamics on manufacturing. NASA is testing how lunar equipment handles heat. They recently started official fire tests on the moon's surface to see if human missions can survive such extreme environments. This upcoming mission tests how flames behave in low gravity and how lunar materials react to extreme heat during the experiment. We must prepare for future lunar bases because one uncontrolled fire could kill astronauts and destroy permanent habitats, making safety protocols essential for long-term survival. Earth remains chaotic. While nations struggle for peace, we are testing how humans survive the vacuum of space. It is a strange, simultaneous push toward the unknown. What happens next? The post-war international order is breaking down in real time. The seizure of the TOUSKA isn't just a maritime dispute. It signals that the era of managed tension ended. We are seeing the old rules fail. US military intercepts of commercial ships and Iran's terrorism accusations leave diplomats with no room to negotiate a peaceful resolution. Energy markets and global trade face massive swings soon. With the US-Iran ceasefire failing, a larger Middle East war involving Lebanon and Israel is becoming a very real immediate threat to everyone. Sometimes, small, localized fights might spark a chain reaction of intense military escalations across the entire region, which would likely drive global inflation much higher by destabilizing essential supply chains and energy markets. Supply chains are breaking, and shifting geopolitics means even old diplomatic protocols no longer work as they used to. Things are moving fast, and the gap between diplomacy and war is shrinking. To keep up with these breaking updates as they happen, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next report. I'm watching the Persian Gulf in Congress for any movement. Does the seizure of the TOUSKA trigger a larger war? Tell me what you think in the comments. Keep an eye on the news as this develops, as the situation remains highly unpredictable.